Put the city on a vibe with that justice in the name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with a beat and a sound. Justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings to light so you don't feel the fall. From heaven feels like a journalistic trick from captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings to light so you don't feel the fall. On black or white, in the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Odyssey Podcast, y'all. With your girl Word. Um, of course, the first lady OG is always in the building. I know she'll probably be in the building. But guys, this is definitely a live that I just was like, okay, I'm gonna jump on. Mind you, I fell asleep with my baby girl and something jumped me up. And then I'm like, you know what? Oh, let me go live because I gotta go live, right? Because I need to talk to my people. So let's just get into it. First of all, shout outs to all of the new subscribers coming into the Theodicy podcast family. I appreciate you guys joining us. I will be having major content stepping into 2026. But thank you guys for supporting the channel, watching the shorts, leaving your thoughts on the shorts that I've been dropping. As y'all can see, even though y'all physically haven't been seeing me go live, I've still been dropping to let y'all know the Odyssey podcast. Yes, we are in the building, you guys. So shout outs to we are at 14, we are at 418 subscribers. So shout out to you guys. Okay. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Shout outs to all of my, when I tell you all my original subscribers, shout outs to you guys as well, because I started out with you guys. You guys are still sticking with me. I love you guys so much. Oh my God. You guys are absolutely the best. Okay. And let me tell you, life been lifing. Life has been lifing because y'all know how that could be. So life has definitely been lifing. Hence why I don't even got no earrings in my ears, y'all. Okay, whatever. But no, and last but not least, my beautiful, beautiful moderators. Oh my God, we got Sleepy Lounge, we got Sonia, Hank the Hillbilly, we got so much of my beautiful moderators. Y'all know me. I'm not leaving none of my moderators out because all of my moderators are absolutely friggin' amazing. Um, I know they probably catch the replay or whatnot. Do have some things that I got to send out to my moderators as well. So it's just trying to get through a lot of technical stuff to get the items that I have to you guys, as well as the giveaway that I'm going to start with the raffle. So that's another thing that I got to really like sit down and set up and go through that process, you guys. You already know how that goes. But like I said, I love you guys so much and thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for showing support, dropping your thoughts. You are appreciated. Your thoughts are appreciated over here at the Odyssey Podcast. Okay. And with that being said, y'all seen the videos I've been dropping. Let's start off with the videos I've been dropping of Boy. So for those of you who are not familiar who Island Boy is, he's supposed to be a rapper or whatnot. It seems to me that he, may have I don't know, maybe because you don't want to say somebody done solely soul, but that's just the energy he gives me, right? So it seems like, he's not all there. It does seem like he's involved in drug use as well. But when I came across the video, it was so hurtful because the baby mother is literally crying and screaming while the baby's also crying. And she's saying, all I need is help. All I need is help. Now, the mother does seem like she has some issues as well or whatever. But I would say this, when you're a parent yourself and you feel like you're doing it by yourself, that's the most hardest thing, you know what I mean? Because if you have somebody there and you're going through an emotional breakdown and you need somebody to at least step in to say, all right, let me take this weight off of you so you can get a moment to catch yourself, then if you're standing there, why are you video recording her? Why are you not going to go pick up your child? And then it's so like, it's a lot of mothers, young mothers in situations that they're in it, they make a baby with a person and they're thinking it's supposed to be all beautiful and not really knowing who they're making a baby for. This man was video recording her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of picking up his son, and his son was crying. And I mean, his son was crying his head off. His son was crying. She's screaming and kneeling on the floor, and it's just pure chaos. Then I was able to actually see how can I say, the actual footage of the little boy, and he is so handsome and adorable. He's really, really a handsome kid. Um, you do see that he may have some type of deformities, some type of some he may have some issues or whatever, you know what I mean? But the most important part is that child. So I've been following them for a little while. I did see that Island Boy was out with his son after the incident where his baby mother took place. And I also dropped a short for you guys of them together going somewhere to return a bag that he had bought for someone and whatever have you. And then it's a couple of shorts out there as well from other people that have posted in regards to the Island Boy situation and his baby mother, of also the baby mother out with the son in the supermarket. And you can definitely sense that she loves her son. Now, can you say that the relationship involving her baby father is a toxic situation? Of course, it is. It definitely is. But I'm gonna continue to follow Island Boy and his baby mother in regards to the baby because, like I said, you need help, and when if she's asking for it, that should have been a time for him to take the initiative to then pick up the baby at least. Even if you don't know what to do and she's having an emotional breakdown, your first instinct, seeing that she was shaking the baby, was to automatically get the baby to safety so she could be able to clear her mind. Um, like I said, being a mom, you deal with all types of different emotional feelings, especially if you've gone through postpartum. That's not something easy to deal with as well. That can stay dormant for a period of time. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of trauma that our bodies go through holding the baby for the 9 months, you know what I mean? Then to deliver that baby, you know what I'm saying? Emotions is out of whack. Everything is just feeling like it's everywhere. And for those of you who are mothers, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Now, y'all, Krishan Rock, Krishan Rock. Okay, so now Krishan Rock is now deciding to turn a new leaf. She went to go get the tattoo removed of Blueface that was on the side of her face. She got a few more treatments, I guess, to get the whole tattoo off her face, but she finally decided she wanted to make the move and remove the tattoo of Blueface on her face. And she states that this is how she knows it's officially done. It's no going back. But I'm more concentrated on Krishan Jr. Now, please understand when I say this. Of course, she has to get herself together in order to take care of this child, but she has this baby everywhere with her. And I know that she may not have a choice right now because of circumstances and her trying to make money in order to also survive. But it's just that the way she's doing it is kind of throwing me off. You know what I mean? Because every single time you don't get it wrong, you see Krishan Jr., he's dressed nice, whatever clothes on. I'm not going to say the baby don't be dressed because I've seen from what I'm seeing, the baby has been dressed. But then every time that you have an outing with your son and y'all at some type of restaurant or whatever have you, he's not eating. So my concern with her is as you're trying to get yourself better, you also got to get him better. And you're not making him better and you're keeping him in this baby mode that he's in because you're not even feeding him. Mind you, this baby you could tell wants to do things. You know what I mean? He's trying to do things. I also dropped the video of Krishan Jr. You know what I'm saying? You see that he's attempting to do things and he's getting strong if she would possibly keep him out of the stroller as well. Because every single where that they are, the baby is strapped down in a stroller. That is not going to make that baby further or progress any more if she keeps that baby in a stroller or hold on guys, give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. So this is why, y'all, because my baby, when she's sick, she's extra, extra clingy. So it's hard for me to even jump on hide with her. So it's a lot. And right now she wants something as well. So if you guys can give me 1 moment, I will be right back. Okay. And then we're gonna jump right back into this Krishan shit because it's real. It's gotten real. Be right back, y'all. All right, y'all, we are back in the building. Like I was saying with Krishan, it's been certain things that I think that definitely needs to be paid more attention to when it comes down to Junior. And I'm just saying, I'm from what I'm seeing in every event that her and Krishan Jr. is that you never really see him eating anything. I don't know if it's a part of something with his medical condition to where he can't eat anything by mouth, and I don't want to call that on the baby. I'm not sure, but if the baby is able to eat, then the only way to make that baby strong is to also feed that baby, okay, and feed the baby properly. You know what I mean? So as much times as you feel like you gotta eat, then he needs to be eating. And if you're one of those people that you don't really have to eat because when you're going through stress, you're going through different things. Sometimes it takes away from your appetite. You still got to keep in mind that he still needs to eat, even when you're not eating, or even when you're eating, he still needs to be eating. Krishan, okay? I'm happy that you're saying that you're trying to turn a new leaf. She's out here, she's working out, she's boxing. Of course, streaming is what I noticed that she's trying to get into. A lot of her music she took off of the internet. Um, but overall, I'm gonna wish the best for her, because if you wish the best for her, if you wish the best for the mother, then you want the best for the child. And if it means that she has to revamp her whole self and go on to a finding herself journey in order to be the best version of a mom to Junior that she can be, because like I said prior before, excuse me, Junior needs other assistance. He needs therapy. You know what I mean? To make his legs stronger. He needs his he needs to be massaged, for his muscles to be massaged. There's just certain things that need to take place for this baby to be able to strive at its best. Now, hold on, guys, 1 minute, because it's a lot going on. But this is one of the reasons why. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. 1 second, guys, because my y'all already know how it goes, guys, when you got a baby that's sick. But yeah, my baby's been sick for a couple of days, and for some reason, even with her trying to give her like vitamins, different things or whatever to bring up her immune system as well. But like I said, the thing about it is that this baby is definitely going to need a lot of good nurturing and attention and care in order for him to thrive at his best ability. So that's my only thing that for me that with Krishan, it's like, okay, girl, I get it. But in the meantime, also kind of show, or not even, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't got to show, but since your life has been public and every time you turn on the camera, Junior is there, you might as well also show that journey of Junior and the things that you have to do to assist him, because there's some mother out here that probably needs to see it, or don't know what to do, or need assistance or whatever. But people like Krishan that have a public platform and have particular situations, they need to understand how they can use their platform. um I hope, like I said, I hope and I wish her the best, um just for the sake of Junior, you know what I'm saying? And if her making certain decisions is going to make it better for Junior, I'm all for it. Another thing, y'all, that just dropped, Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez has just spoken from behind bars. He is stating that that statement that was put out there and all the allegations of him shooting Meg Thee Stallion, which is known as Megan Pete, is not valid. So now he has requested an appeal, and based on all of the things that was said and that was founded through his attorneys, it looks like it was not Tory Lane's involvement in shooting Meg Thee Stallion, known as Megan Pete. Okay, it was a lot of things that Megan Thee Stallion alleged in this court hearing. So far, if he does get it to get appealed, because the first appeal was definitely denied, but now they're moving forward. They also got in contact with the governor of where he's actually located at, or whatever have you, to see if he can get a pardon based on the lack of evidence, based on evidence that was not produced, because that was also an error. It did not give his team of attorneys to be able to delegate and ask the proper questions because there was a lot of things that was being withheld. Now, allegedly, y'all, they say Jay-Z got his hands in this, so I really don't know. We just gonna have to stay tuned for that, okay? But finally, he has spoken out. And for some reason, though, for some reason, I truly believe he did not shoot Meg in the foot. Now, do I believe that he got caught up messing with Meg and her friend and shit went left between the two of them? I do believe that's what took place, but it is a recording out here of the night the situation took place and police was called out. Now, the night that this alleged situation with allegedly Tory Lanez shooting Megan in the foot, it was Tory Lanez alongside Megan's friend, which was the same friend that Tory was messing with the same time dealing with Megan. And what took place was an argument happened or whatnot. What was said to the police officers was when they asked her to step out the car because they got a call of a shooting or whatever within the area, and that's why they got pulled over. They automatically had Tory Lanez in handcuffs alongside someone else, which was the friend that was in the vehicle. She was also handcuffed, and they had Megan on the opposite side because Megan was cut. Megan was bleeding. Okay. So they asked her what happened. She stated that when she was coming out of the vehicle, the um the bottle broke and it fell onto the ground and she stepped onto the broken bottle, which caused her to get cut the way that she got cut. Now, this is Megan telling the officers that's what happened because she was also inquiring about if she's going to go to jail and how she can't go to jail. And then she was worrying about her name on this audio while talking to the police officers. Okay. So now what Whew, now what Tory Lanez attorney is saying, well, if you made that statement, how do we know that that's not what really took place and it wasn't nothing to do with the shooting just because nothing was given from Megan's medical examiner that worked and did the surgery on Megan's foot. They were supposed to send paperwork and it was supposed to be able for the attorneys to run down and ask certain questions about fragments found in the foot and all of that nature. And that did not take place at all. So it's something funny when it comes down to the Tory Lanez case. And I really, really do hope that he gets an appeal. And I do feel like the truth is going to prevail itself because if he did not shoot you and you're out here living your best life and you know what really happened, that's kind of messed up that you're leaving him to rot in jail for something he didn't do. Period, point blank. Okay? But that to me just like some women ain't shit. Okay, we're gonna say it like that, and not to say that he was any better for the shit that he did involving sleeping with your friend or whatever, but it's still that right there does not mean that he needs to spend the rest of his life in jail because he got caught cheating on you. I mean, I don't see it. Okay, so that's been happening. Like I said, I hope that Tory Lanez actually does get an appeal. I feel like he does deserve to get an appeal and have his case reheard in the courts again. Um, so I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna continue to follow that as well. Sorry, I think I'm getting sick too. But I'm gonna continue to follow the Tory Lanez and finding out if he was able to even get an appeal. But that's what they're working on at this moment. Okay, y'all. So y'all know I started to at first drop videos of Six O'clock, right, which is Blueface Mother's TV series. And as you know, she calls herself the Black Kardashian. So y'all know I was dropping videos at first, but clearly they're gonna start copywriting it. And then it's so difficult because she has it on a Patreon, and then once you take it off the Patreon and you actually bring it to YouTube to do like the little watch parties or whatever, they are definitely sending out copyrights. Okay, But listen, y'all. I don't know. Shout outs to Blueface mom. She definitely has a vision in her mind. I definitely see what she's doing. Do I think that you know, all of the stuff that y'all seeing, listen, y'all, she said it. They talk behind the scenes before they even come out on the show to do anything or say anything. You know what I'm saying? So everything is pretty much pre-prepped. But this last episode, which of course y'all know I had to clip the short for y'all and drop it, of Nevaeh going off on Blueface moms. Well, y'all, I'm gonna see if I can get the rest of the episodes out to y'all as best as I can, and I'll see if I can do a few watch parties on that. But just to give y'all a little tea, Blueface new, I guess German Retriever, Dalmatian. I don't know, because this man is crazy. He got these whatever. The girl went and got a tattoo on her neck, underneath her neck. Didn't even spell the boy's name right. Then you got her talking about she might be pregnant. Other shit circling, and as you know, Blueface mother, she like all the drama. She loves all the drama. So she was up on the phone talking to this girl, got off the phone. Husband walked through the door. Homegirl flipped the whole story, made it seem like, oh my God, this is really happening. That may not be Blueface's baby. After she done sat there, spoke to the young lady, and the young lady is telling her, I mean, listen, the young lady was highly upset, but she read her, and some parents need to get read. Like when it comes like a Blueface mother, yeah. I mean, it's a way to do it. She was a very aggressive in her tone, but neither here or there, y'all. They came to somewhat of a mutual agreement for them, uh, Blueface mom to turn around and do some weird shit. Cause I absolutely thought it was weird. Like, how you talking to me? You're telling me you don't want me to be upset. You're telling me you apologize, and then you turn around and then you ask me questions that I answered. You ask me, is a picture circling around? Is it true? And you like, no. I tell you, no, that's an old picture from when I was pregnant with Superior. And then you ask me a few other questions and I answer it. And but then I also throw in there what? What I throw in there? I throw in there that when I'm ready, I would invite you to the gender reveal and the baby shower or whatever. Hey, Sleepy Lounge. Hi, my beautiful moderator. What's going on, baby? What's happening? Listen, I've been trying to go live for the longest. That's why I've been dropping nothing but shorts. I promise y'all. But guys, it's coming close and I need to send out these gifts. So I'm so happy that I am seeing you. You have you have the First Lady OG's email. I missed you guys too. Let me tell you something. Between trying to keep up with work, my baby got sick again, and for some reason, my baby just been getting sick during like right around the holidays. I promise you, it happened for Thanksgiving, and she came and she got sick right around where Christmas and New Year's is coming. So I've been like trying to deal with a lot, but especially when y'all baby girl Zori is sick, I can't do nothing. Like she's literally on top of me, stuck to me like glue. It gets real for me. Yes, she's getting better. She's getting better. I've just been monitoring her. She's been having fever for a couple of days. Wow. But I've been in the, you know how they say Motrin, Tylenol, rubbing her down, coconut, Vicks, you name it, coconut oil in the middle of the head, Vicks, you name it, I'm doing it all. But as of right now, she's not at her best. Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 minute. What's the matter, baby? All right, y'all. I'm back in the building. Y'all know how that goes. But like I was saying, you know the vibes. Yeah, she gets very, very like clingy. She always wants me to be holding her. So it's been hard for me to try to jump in. Literally, right before you came in, I was like, listen, I jumped up. I scheduled a live. I jumped up. I'm like, oh my God, because I literally fell asleep next to her. And that's what's been happening quite a lot when she's not well and I got to lay next to her, I end up falling asleep. Yeah, but neither here nor there. You know, I had to come back in the building because, like I said, I was dropping so many shorts. But when y'all don't see me, I'm going to continuously drop the shorts and definitely jump in when I can to talk about them. So, like I said, we spoke about what I dropped with the island boy and his baby mother. And I definitely, let me see if I can put on my light right now, y'all. Uh, and I definitely wanted to bring awareness to that situation just because it's a lot of mothers that need help, that are struggling with postpartum, that is struggling with depression. And even as a father, even if you don't know what to do at that moment while she's going through all these emotional anxieties and feelings, and all she's asking you for is to help her, your first thought should have been to go grab your baby, not grab the phone to videotape her and berate her and ask her what she was doing. You knew that she was shaking that baby, and that's what you walked into. Your first intention should have never been to turn on no camera to put that young lady on live, and your baby's there crying. So it made him look like a piece of shit to me. You know what I mean? But I did want to jump into that because, like, I understand it's a lot of young people making children. And guess what? Once you make the decision to bring life into this world, you have the duty to take care of that life to the best of your ability. Now, as young fathers, you made the choice to lay with a young woman, knowing the outcome of not protecting yourself or her not having no protection for herself, and knowing the possibility, besides getting any type of STDs, you can also get this young woman pregnant. Then, as a father, you serve the duty to do your part as well, especially if you guys are living together, you know. But a lot of young women don't realize that when you engage with when you engage in a situation and you make a baby with not even a man that's still growing up, then that's where things will tend to fall apart because that young man still wants to be that young man. He's not even in the stage to be a man. And especially an island boy situation, like I said, it looks like he got a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he got a lot of mental situations going on as well, if you ask me. But he's rich. He got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think if you look at him, his soul seems a bit dark. Um, we're talking about Island Boy. So we were talking about Island Boy. So what I'm doing right now, Sleepy, is I'm just dropping um all the information on the shorts that I've been dropping. So you know I've been dropping just shorts and shorts and shorts. So I'm just giving you guys an update and talking about the things that I've been dropping basically. So right now was giving you just a rundown of the short that I dropped on Island Boy and the reason and the purpose behind that. You know, just be aware because in that moment she could have shook that baby and that baby could have lost his life. And if you know about baby shaking syndrome, that is a real thing. That is definitely a real thing. Okay. So if and this is the thing about it too, just to let people know, if you see someone in need of help, help them. That will go a long way. And that can possibly also be saving a life because some mothers, young mothers, don't know how to deal with their rage and their angers. And this is where we find babies not doing well. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. I am back in the building. But like I said, you already know. It be, yes, baby girl, gotta attend to her real quick. But that's why I was trying to make it happen and come on live to talk to y'all. But yeah, Sleepy, like I was telling you, it got crazy with a lot of things that you're seeing. But like I said, if you see somebody that needs help, give them the help, especially a young mother. Like, I'm telling you that because it's been times that I've emotionally broken down. You know what I mean? It's not an easy task, it's not an easy job. And it's hard when you definitely feel like you're doing it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was seeing. That's why I was so turned off. And that's why I dropped the short because you don't sit there and your first intent is to turn on a camera after you just seen your baby mother shaking your baby. Your first intent should have been, let me go grab my baby, secure my baby, and let me give her a minute to gather her thoughts and then possibly go back and try to figure out like what's going on. But even if you yourself are not able to do that, your first thought should have still been to get your baby to safety. So that shit was crazy. But I continue to drop the updates. So y'all stay tuned because I continue to drop the updates on the shorts. But yo, Sleepy, tell me why Tory Lanez just spoke up from behind bars. That's another thing I was just discussing. And he's basically saying he had nothing to do with shooting or harming Meg the Stallion. He has nothing to do with shooting or harming Meg the Stallion in no way. He states the only thing he basically he feels like he knows that he takes accountability for is the fact that he was dealing with her friend. Okay? So like I told y'all, I will continue to follow the whole thing with Tory Lanez. Keep y'all posted if he did get an appeal. Just keep on checking out my shorts, y'all. Just keep checking out my shorts. I am gonna fill y'all in and keep you posted on that. He should have been said that. But that's the thing about it. He was saying it. They denied his appeal on multiple occasions. It was so many different things in the Tory Lanez case that was done unfairly. Now that the audio um from the police department has dropped of the incident and how and what took place when police was called to the scene and what Meg the Stallion said, and even when it comes down to the medical records that was supposed to be given to the attorneys on Tory Lane's side to be able to look through and be able to ask questions, they was not granted that at all. So now, fast forward, they trying to go back in and basically say he didn't get a fair trial at all. And based on what she was saying and based on them holding her medical records, I mean, if she was shot in the foot, then it should have been, all her records should have been submitted to the courts to where both sides could be able to then ask the proper questions. She was on the stand and she said a few things that were untruth, you know. That's that. And for some reason, I honestly do believe Tory didn't do it. And he has been trying so hard to. That's why his father was out here. His father was out here speaking on his behalf as well. They stabbed him up in there, cut him up, did all that shit in there. Y'all know. And if y'all don't know, let me put y'all on. Yes, Tory was attacked in jail. So what they're saying is a lot of this shit is coming from the higher ups that wanted him to do certain things and he ain't engaged with it. That's allegedly what they saying. Don't know how true it is. They're trying to state that Jay-Z has his hand in one of the reasons why Tory is still incarcerated and been paying to keep Tory incarcerated. But that's allegedly. I'm not saying that's full fact. They did him totally wrong. They did him totally wrong. But let me tell you something. This is the thing about it. When you step into certain lanes, you got to be mindful and really have discernment about certain people that come in your circumference. Women, whether you're a woman or whether you're a man. I'll give you an example. I follow some big content creators, right? So y'all familiar with Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat broke off. He had the Clover Boys, which is considered Lil, and a couple of other young content creators, right? So recently, Lil was accused of essaying a young woman. Now I had the internet by storm, people saying whatever, whatever. This young lady comes out, she does an Instagram post. I've listened to the Instagram post. It kind of threw me off. She was doing too much. And she was doing too much in the sense that she was trying so hard to cry. She was just like, it was so animated. That's the best way I could say it. So then in my mind, I'm telling myself, like, this is just my thoughts. I really don't want to jump out and speak on it because there are women out here that get sexually assaulted by people that have big names or that's well known and get away. Those people get away with it because those victims never come out to say anything, or they're ashamed to say anything, or they've been paid off. Either which way you put it. You know what I mean? What? You think Kai is a sellout? He wanted to sign to another label or go solo, I think. So, see, when you jump into this world, and like I said, I'm just gonna go into what I know. I've been following Kai. It's been a few changes. Kai did take a step away, he said, because he had to deal with his mental health. Um, People are saying that he stepped away for another reason, and he definitely it looks like he's somewhat starting to segregate himself from certain friends that he had or whatever have you, but I'm not quite sure. But I will say this for me bringing up that with Kai Cenat and Talil. So, this kid took this young lady as face value. Her name is Jordan Pauline, right? And Jordan Pauline ended up going back to the hotel, to Talil's hotel, after an event that took place. She states that when they went to the hotel, the story that she gives just sounds it sounds like she didn't take time to think about what she was saying before she said it. However, the internet is going crazy because they like, yo, look, Talil, he out here saying girls, whoop de whoop, He finally was able to finally speak out, which he spoke out. And when he spoke out, I felt his pain because when you work so hard for something and you're not that type of person, and somebody takes make it their business to try to ruin your life because they didn't get what they wanted, or they want to be a gold digger or whatever have you. Because listen, when Lil dropped his receipts on her blackmailing him for $2,000, okay, and based on the conversations that they was having, it could have never been essay. And then she comes in and drops a video, which the video clearly she tells on herself. She clearly tells on herself in the video she just dropped, letting the world know you lied and said you got essayed. But it's females out here that really have been essayed, and you make it hard for the females that really have been essayed when females like you come out here and lie because you're trying to get something. It was just, y'all gotta listen. I'm gonna try to drop that Jordan Pauline short for you guys to actually watch what this girl said. But I was watching while Talil was live, and I wrote in his live, even though this is a messed up situation to have happened to you, take it and strive, because this is God giving you experience on how to have discernment about the people that you're going to have around you or bring in your circle. You understand what I'm saying? Because not everybody comes in with the intentions purely, and not everybody, and guess what, even if your intentions wasn't pure, and I say this to say because you have a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? So you knew you were about to go cheat on your girlfriend with this Jordan Paul girl because she's bad. She got a big flat stomach, big butt, light skinned girl, whatever, your type. And I'm not gonna say the young lady's not a good looking young lady, But look what your flesh fed off of. Not even thinking that, oh, she's gonna put allegations on me. No, you thought to yourself, like, yo, I'm that nigga. She wanna come back to my hotel with me, lay up with me. I'm that nigga. Like, we're about to get it. Sometimes young men, especially when you are making money, Talia makes, let's say, like 200,000 a month. When you're making that type of money, you in the public eye, you need to have discernment and not always think with your private part. So even if your man's is like, yo, come on, boy, let's get it on, you're able to control that part. Like, nah, man, I'm good. And it should have went further in your thoughts to like, oh, she really on it, or she's quick to want to give it up. Listen, it's beautiful women walking around here with HIV. Real talk. Walking around here with HIV, beautiful women. You would never know because they're undetectable. So it's not only about being caught up in a chick saying that you SA'd her, but it's other elements. We ain't got to talk about Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, we can speak for Magic Johnson, but guess what? Magic Johnson got that type of money that he could pay to keep his life long. Okay? All right. I say this to say, again, discernment is very important. It's okay to question certain things. It's okay to really sit back and analyze before you make any decisions or bring anybody in your friend group, your family group for the first time. Really, really listen to what a person says when they speak to you. Listen to how a person approaches you and what they say when they approach you. Because let me make this quite clear to y'all. People tell on themselves. It's just up to you to listen. People will tell you exactly who they are by the shit that comes out their mouth. It's just up to you to listen to what they're saying. But guess what's so crazy and how when they tell you, if you want to say the devil, right? The devil is what they said, the devil in Prada. Know that. She came beautiful, fine. Okay? And that's where your flesh got weak. But like I said to Talia, that this right here should definitely be where you gained an experience to know how to move going further. So the next go around, you ain't, I don't care how beautiful you are, ma. Nope, you ain't coming to my hotel. Nope, you're going to be more on point. But I definitely was disgusted by this young lady and just the audacity of her behavior and the things that she was saying after she know that she lied. And I'm gonna tell you why I took it kind of personal, because let's make this quite clear. I have 3 boys. And any female sit there to even put an accusation like that out on my boys to ruin their reputation will have me all the way messed up. I'm keeping it real. I'm one of the mothers that I will beat you up. Straight up. That will make me beat you up for my kid. Because what you won't do is put a jacket on my kid and feel like it's okay. And then what you're not going to do is also be a gold digging bitch at that. Now, I don't know what your mama taught you. I don't know where you got that shit from. I don't even know if you have a mama or whoever. But the young lady, you could tell, she was like, oh, I don't even fucking like black niggas. I don't fuck with black niggas. All I do is fuck with white niggas. I'm like, if I could snatch this little heifer from out of where she's sitting, I would have snatched her. Because it's young ladies like you that is going to make it harder for the rest of the beautiful young ladies that's coming up that ain't looking for a man or trying to get something out of a man. You understand what I'm saying? The intent on what your thought process is. She even made a statement of getting Talil beat up and robbed. So your mental, we already know what your thought process was. You thought that he was young and you knew the game, because this ain't the first time you did this to a nigga. You did it before. But what you wasn't expecting was for him to have the receipts. What you wasn't expecting was for him to stay quiet and let you do all the talking and then come out here and bust you upside your head with your own lies. That's what you didn't expect. What's the matter, baby? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry about that, but yes, I'm like, listen, it's a first they say it's a virus. I don't know, it's a lot of things going around, but my daughter was one of the first children to actually have that RSV when it first hit. She was one of the first round of children to actually get that. And from that, her immune system has not been as strong. So soon as she's around anybody that's sick or anything of that sort, or germs or anything, she gets sick. But I appreciate you so much, Sleepy Rob. I appreciate you so very, very much. Yeah. Um, I'm probably gonna end up taking her to emergency because I don't like the fact that, like, the fever is persistent, and then only when you give the medication, then it wears off, then it comes back. It's like, up and down like that. But yeah, guys, like I was saying, it's a lot going on, and I just wanted to drop in and let you guys know, the Odyssey Podcast family, we are still in the building, and I love you guys so so very much for supporting me and supporting my shorts and keeping me in the algorithm. You guys are friggin' amazing. Okay, I'm gonna try to come back on a little bit later on, but I definitely need to go and attend to her because she's not feeling the best. So just know I love you guys. I will be back to discuss more. And listen, where I left off at, you see, she done turned off the light. Where I left off at, hold on, guys, because this is gonna throw me off. Hold on. She done turned off the light. So anyway, guys, where I left off at is where I will come back to. I definitely will give you guys the updates on Krishan Rock. But to my young people, just be mindful that when things happen, to have discernment about who you have in your circle, who you're bringing into your energy, because not everybody is coming in with good intentions. And I say that to say, when it comes down to the whole Talil situation and other situations that have been taking place with a lot of young ladies moving in such a way of being gold diggers because they're on a mission. You know what I mean? Their mission is the bags, the hair, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So even with the females, a lot of times we always talk to our females to have discernment about the men that they bring and allow in their world as well. Well, the same thing goes for a male. Not every female is coming in with good intentions, but then understand something too. Be mindful of the things that you do because that should have come back and get you. Karma, like that's a part of what Talil is about to learn. To have discernment and be mindful to the things that you do to others because karma comes around. And I say this to say because, like I said, he had a partner and he was violating his partner by even allowing that young lady in the hotel to even go through having a one night stand. So he now understands that karma come back around when you ain't doing right by somebody that you say that you're loving, and also discernment on who you're choosing to bring around and not basing it off of what your flesh makes you feel like. Okay, like I said, he might stand up, but that's when you got to talk to them and be like, stand down, or figure out another method. But we ain't doing that because I'm good. She could be beautiful, the baddest of the baddest, but I'm good. But yeah, y'all, like I said, I will be back in the building. Y'all already know I love you guys so, so very much. Stay tuned for my shorts because I will continue to be dropping the shorts. I love all of my moderators. Shout out to all of my moderators. They are the best in the world. Sleepy Lounge, thank you so very much for pulling up on me. I already know the rest of my moderators will be in the building. They'll replay gang, Bushwatchers, y'all know I love y'all too. And all of the new subscribers, I love you guys too. Thank you so much. This is the Odyssey Podcast with your girl Word. We will be back in the building with another one. Peace, love, and light from my family to yours. Until next time, y'all. Peace. Yes, baby.